Hi folks, welcome to my first video just for you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a nice Thanksgiving, and when you find some time this weekend, hopefully this is a nice, fun, easy, relaxing thing to get you started on your last project. We still only have a couple weeks, so you really have to dig in and get some things done. So to start off, what I'd like you to do is do some image resourcing. So I have opened up Dior, just figured that's a place to start. And you want to pick images of people wearing the clothes because we're going to put people, models into scenes. So I went to Dior and I'm looking at these images, and it's sort of funny. These models are very stiff, but I think it still could be interesting. And I was trying to click on this one, and it just isn't, which is odd. So I found that there was one that I could click on. I think this one was working. I'm not crazy about that one. Let me just try this one. Nope. Huh. Let me go to skirts. They have really beautiful skirts that aren't on the models. Oh, you know what? I remember what I did. I went into the skirt or the image, and then I found pictures of people dressed in it. So here's this woman here. Okay, that's how I did it. So, sometimes you have to fuss around and find out how to get the image as large as possible. So I have been able to now get into this image. So I am going to try to right click. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, I'm going to take a screenshot right now. So I'm hitting Shift Command 4. So on a PC, Command, I think, is Control, and Option is Alt key. So hopefully you'll figure that out. I do have some resources that I can share on that. Okay, so I've taken a picture of this. I'm going to put this on pause now. I'm going to open up a new window. Okay, well, I had the camera paused. I went to a cruise site because sometimes they have really beautiful pictures, but each one I was finding had like day one itinerary. So I've gone to Google to look at images. Sometimes I think this isn't the best place to go. I think if you can be creative in different places to find images, that would be better. And I'll probably pause again and show you some hints. But so here I am looking at pictures of Copenhagen. I thought that might be an interesting place to put that model because she's just looks very chic, but she also looks like she's in a cooler climate. So you're really going to start thinking about what it is you want to create, what you're interested in. Maybe it's a tropical place, so you look for tropical images and then tropical clothing. So you might take it from the look of clothing you like, and so what setting that goes in. But whatever it is, I want you to figure out how you can marry interesting images of models and interesting images of places. And we're going to be creating these 4-page magazine ads. So this image here, I could see putting a person in this spot. So I'm going to go in here, grab this image. Sometimes I can right click, and here I am on this image. You want to get the image as large as you can so you get better quality. I'm trying to right click here. It's not working. Sometimes you can just drag it like I just did to your desktop. While I'm here, I'm also going to do a screenshot. This might be better quality. So while I'm here, I'm going to try different options. So this has also taken me to a tourist site, so I might as well look around at what I see here. So this is a nice image too, so I'm going to drag that to my desktop. I'm not sure it did it. I'm going to try it again. Okay, and I will also make a screenshot here while I'm here. Lots of windows popping up here. So I'm going to take a screenshot here. So some of the things I'm noticing while I'm looking at these pictures too, there's bright colors in the architecture. That might be interesting to play off of the black and white in the outfit that I picked from that Dior site. So again, here's an interesting image. I'm dragging it, and I'm going to do a screenshot. I'm going to make sure that pin it isn't showing up there. So I'm just collecting lots of different resources to work with. Let me go down here. Oh, this is a nice nighttime one. That could be good to have. Again, I'm dragging, and then I'm going to take a screenshot, which is Shift Command 4. Oops, that pin it's showing, so I'm just going to let that go. Shift Option 4 again. I don't know if you can hear my cat purring while I'm doing this. He's really into hanging out with me here. I don't think I want to use that. That's pretty. So you get a sense of Copenhagen. Well, I'm like, ooh, this is a cool image. I like this. So it's already got a person in here, but I may be able to get that person out of there. I wonder if I can get this thing to go away. I guess I can't. I'm going to try to drag this image and wait for that pin it to disappear, and I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Okay. I'm going to leave this now and come back to you in a moment. So you can see on my screen now, I've got lots of different pictures here. And what I did was I wanted to get some textures. So you see this iron railing here. I found another picture of this hallway that doesn't have a person in it, but you can see the stone on the flooring. I think there's a lot of, I wanted to get something modern. So here's another image of modern architecture. There's so many bikes, so I wanted to do something that has bikes. Perhaps I'll find a model on a bike that I can use. So again, I'm just collecting a lot of different images that I'm thinking I might want to use in different ways. I got food pictures too, because there's lots of, the food is so fresh looking, all that salmon and salads there. Okay, so I'm going to pause again. Okay, so now I needed more fashion photos after I've gotten all those pictures of Copenhagen. So I looked up, cool weather fashion and ended up here. And one of the things I like about this is it's got pictures of in different poses. So I can see over here, I can get the full coat. I like that one a lot. I like this one that you get this image from the back, this motion. So I think I'm going to grab quite a few of these. And so it is letting me drag them over, which is good. Doesn't always happen all the time. Again, if it doesn't let you drag them, then you can take a screenshot, getting it as large as you can on your screen. Okay, so the next thing I want to go to is I'm going to open Photoshop, and I'm going to show you, you're going to have to silhouette these images. So this one, the first thing I'm going to try is the object selection tool, and sometimes this works really well. So I'm going to drag over this, and then I'm going to zoom in. This worked really well on this background. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Looks like it's cleaning it up really nicely. I want to double check and make sure nothing's missing. So now this is selected her, and I need to select the background to get rid of it. The other thing I need to do is to make sure that my image is not, that it's not locked. If you see the little lock sign, because that means I'm not going to get a transparent layer. So I'm going to go under Select, Inverse, and delete that background. Okay, so now I am going to save this as a PNG file. So it's showing me a PNG here. If you don't find the file format you want in this first column, you can go to Save as a Copy and see if you find what you want there. Whoops, I accidentally hit the wrong button. So I'm going to save this as a PNG, and I'm going to call this Dior Woman. And I am saving it in my Copenhagen fashion. I'm going to save that. Okay, now let me open another one that maybe be a little harder because I want to show you. This is on my desktop. I took all these. Oh, shoot. Sometimes when you drag an image, see the way this says WEBP? So it looks like, oh, it worked really well, but it didn't. So when I went to that last site and dragged those images, it didn't actually work at all. So I am going to go back to the other alternative option where I shrink my screen. I'm going to shrink my screen by hitting Command and the minus sign, and that way I can get this whole woman on here. Oh, I hate when I get these things up at the top, so I have to make her even smaller to fit her on here, these pop-up windows. Okay, so I'm going to, this is probably too small. I should be doing it on a bigger screen as well. I'm on my laptop here. So I'm going to take this one. All right, so I'm going to open that screenshot I just took in Photoshop. Open. Oh, I took this one, which was cute too. Let me grab this one. So if I use this tool, the object selection tool on this, it might not work as well. So actually, I'm having a lot of good luck with this. It's working quite well. Notice this spot isn't selected here. And it's cutting a little bit too close on her coat here. It's cutting some of her hair out, which I'd like to get some more of her hair in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to first expand some of this. So when you're in Photoshop, I've got this area selected. I can hold down the Shift key and add to an area. So I want to make sure I get these areas that are being cut out of here, and I'll work on them separately a little bit more. Make sure this all looks good. And she's missing her boot there, so I might have to do a little work there. So now I've got all the areas that I was afraid were being cut off. It's okay that this piece of her hair is being cut off. That'll be okay. So now I'm going to go up to Select, Inverse, and I am going to delete. So now I still have the details over here. So the next tool I'm going to use is I'm going to use the eraser tool. So I can erase big areas here. Now, so you can see this is really pixelated. This isn't a good quality image. But hair is kind of tricky. So one thing I'm going to do is you look at what pieces of hair don't really need to be there. I don't need to necessarily have this flip of her hair there, so I'll get rid of that. But you can see it dragging across here, which is fine in this case. So then I can go into a smaller brush size and go in here and do a little more details. Okay, and then another thing that I sometimes do is I will make a copy of the image that I have. So here's my image. I'm going to go and create a duplicate layer. Okay, so what I do is on one layer, I'm going to turn one layer off, and I will go in here and really get rid of some of this hair. And then, and I can change the brush to be really, it's in the wrong area, to make it fluffy too, play with the hardness. So now I'm going to go into this one. I click on this one, and I'm going to change it from normal. Sometimes I play with making it multiple or overlay, try different things. Doesn't seem to be really changing it much. Let me do linear burn. So what I'm going to do is cut into this a little bit less. I've got my brush fuzzier now. I'm going to make it even smaller. I'm going to lose this video in a moment. Okay, so now I can layer them over top of each other and I get more detail. Okay, I hope that helps.